Hello, today I have my sister joining me as my audience. Thank you for doing this. Today my informative speech will be on the Mexican culture. I find them very intriguing. And something that specifically made me have like a deeper interest, I guess you could say, would be this Disney movie Coco. It was like really good. It was all based upon this holiday, the Day of the Dead, that is celebrated by the Mexican culture. And after watching that movie, it just kind of intrigued me because I thought it was very special and that they get to celebrate a holiday like that I don't necessarily get to celebrate in my culture. So I'm just going to be talking a little bit about some things that they eat, or the things that they wear, what they do in their lifestyles, what their values are. And yeah, so to start off by saying, so the daily lifestyle, it obviously depends on your economic status. So the people that are in the lower class are going to have a different lifestyle than the people that are in the higher class, and that's pretty much for every culture. Something else about that might incorporate in their daily lifestyles would be the things that they wear and they eat. So for example, here, like you see the women have, it looks like a really long dress, but it's more so of them connecting like a top part or a shawl to a very long skirt. And even though it looks like a dress, it's really not. They wear a lot of silk and wool, and they dye a lot of their clothes, and they wear a lot of colorful clothes that symbolize different things for them. Some things that they eat would be like enchiladas and tacos or fajitas, chili. They do a lot of beans and rice. Some of the specific foods that they're known for would be like chocolate or avocados. They also started like using pumpkins too, and I feel like maybe that's why a lot of other cultures use pumpkins the way they use them. And tequila, yeah, they're famous for that too. So that, I would feel like that also, both of those things tie into kind of the daily lifestyle in Mexican. Moving forward, like once again, the economic status, like it really, your life kind of depends on it, I would say, because for example, like schooling, if you're born into the lower class or if you end up in the lower class, like your schooling is going to be different from someone that's in the higher class. So when I was doing my research about the two different types of environments, like for education, one environment, it was really nice. It looked like the schools that we have now for the kids here in the American culture. But however, like in the lower, like the more poor parts, I guess you could say, it would be like maybe 7 or 8 kids at one table, one desk. And once again, it's just like, it depends. It depends on like what you're born into, I guess you could say. Other than that, the government is pretty much the same. So they have like a president. The president's called the President of the United Mexican States. They have 31 states. The whole ordeal is pretty much how the American culture is. So we're kind of governed the same way. Something else that I found intriguing. Oh, this was my picture of the food. I'm sorry, I forgot. So it's like you see the salsa and the limes and the avocado. Sorry about that. So anyway, moving forward, something that is valued a lot in the Mexican culture would be the traditions, the family. Family, for one thing, would be something that's valued a lot. If you see Mexican, not to be prejudiced, but a lot of times you don't just see one child in a Mexican family. The family is very large, and so they value family a lot because it just makes them more connected, I guess you could say. They always throw parties because they want cousins to be together, aunts and uncles and things like that. The parents are very much well respected in the Mexican culture. So I feel like that's something that makes them unique, because a lot of times in different cultures, or in my culture per se, you might not have the dad there or the mom there, or you might have a split or a broken family, but Mexicans value their families a lot. They hold it up with the utmost respect. And about nearly 90% of the Mexican culture, they reside with the Catholic religion, and if it's one thing in the Catholic religion, like you don't get divorced, so you just stay together. And I feel like maybe that's another reason why they're so big on family, because they know that they must stay together. So this random nice looking family right here is just my picture for that. I just thought their clothes were really cute. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. So another thing that they value would be like the traditions would be this picture that I have is like from a quinceanera or quinceanera or a quince. You can say quince for short. It's basically when a girl turns 15 and she leaves like the childhood behind and she's developing as a woman and she proclaims herself as a woman. It's something that they value, and it's also something religious because it involves the church and everything, and that's something that was interesting to me that I felt like I should share. And to backtrack a little bit, going back to the movie Coco on the Day of the Dead, right here is like a picture. You can see like this woman is imitating like a dead kind of skull, but she's still making it very beautiful. And I feel like that's something that's intriguing, because even though you're remembering loved ones that you lost, it's like, you know, you're celebrating them too at the same time. And I wish our culture had something like that. It's just like we go to church, we bury the person, it's a lot of crying and it's sad, but we don't get a day where we get to celebrate the person. So overall, I just feel like the Mexican culture is very unique because of the way that they share their traditions and their cultures, and it's different and it's intriguing. So I feel like I got it. Oh, so fun fact, just a few little things about the Mexican culture I also found interesting is if you're like 2 hours late to a party, that's completely fine, because to be punctual is kind of like you're trying to have one up on some person, or you're trying to be like making it seem like not that you're better than them, but just don't be like on time or early, because it's gonna seem like you're bombarding them or you're pushing them forward to something. So I would love that in the Mexican culture too, because like I would be late for everything. So that's pretty much it.